The brave young woman chases her dream, yet suddenly faces the crisis of being replaced. For a moment, she finds herself torn between love and career, unable to choose either. According to their promise, Yuki and Subin agreed not to meet until Yuki finished revising the script. Finally, the day came. Subin received a message from Yuki, saying that she had completed the revised version of the script. While waiting to reunite with Yuki, Subin received an unexpected guest, Zaijian's father. Unable to persuade his stubborn son to give up, he came to support his dream. He handed Subin a document containing Zaijian's resume and works accumulated over the past 10 years. That night, Yuki also received a call from Subin, asking her to meet him at the studio. The two went through Zaijian's portfolio together and were genuinely impressed by his solid acting skills. To ensure fairness, they decided to hold an open audition. Meanwhile, Xiaojian officially signed with Representative An's agency, Hana's mother. Right after the contract was finalized, Representative An took him to a dinner gathering. To his great surprise, the person his new boss had arranged to meet was none other than Subin, his senior from high school. Subin was shocked to learn that Representative An intended to cast Xiaojian as the male lead through internal appointment. He appreciated Zaijian's talent and relentless efforts over the years, yet he strongly disapproved of him taking the shortcut through connections. Feeling wronged, Xiaojian argued that Subin could never understand how hard he had strived for a decade. He believed he was still giving his all, just in a different way. Still, Subin could not bring himself to accept Zaijian's choice to take advantage of nepotism. At this moment, his good friend Representative Su stepped in to persuade him. She reminded Subin that if he rejected Xiaojian, Representative An would withdraw her investment and remove Yuki from the co-director position. As the main investor of the film, Representative An held absolute sway over the crew. To protect Yuki's dream, Subin finally compromised and agreed to cast Xiaojian. Even so, Subin made his stance clear in front of Representative An. He stated firmly that the script belonged entirely to Yuki, and he never wanted to hear anyone suggest replacing her again. After the dispute with Subin, Representative Su was in a low mood. She had been participating in a romance variety show planned by Silang recently. Noticing her gloomy state, Silang sent her a message to check on her. When their eyes met through the camera, Representative Su finally smiled again. Elsewhere, Hana ran joyfully to the rooftop of Zaijian's house, bringing a seal she had stolen from her mother. She stamped her name on the back of Zaijian's hand, vowing to break free from her mother's control and pursue freedom and independence from now on. However, Xiaojian pushed her hand away with a cold expression. He said her sudden visit would only bring him trouble. Hana thought she had upset him by coming uninvited, but Zaijian's next words were brutally cold. He claimed they were never true friends. A top celebrity like her and a nobody like him existed in completely different worlds and could never be equals. Heartbroken, Hana left in tears. Yet unbeknownst to her, Xiaojian stood alone staring at their old photo, overcome with sorrow. He had unavoidable reasons for his cruel words. The next day, Subin told Yuki that Xiaojian would be the male lead. Far from being upset, Yuki was genuinely delighted. In her eyes, Xiaojian was handsome, talented, and fully deserving of the role. That evening, Yuki went to meet Xiaojian. Full of guilt, Xiaojian apologized to her. He knew how precious this film was to Yuki, yet he had gotten the role through unfair means. Yuki brushed it off, telling him he had seized the opportunity with his own efforts and owed no one an apology. She added that she and Subin were far from blind. They would never have cast him if his acting skills were unqualified. Still uneasy, Xiaojian finally confessed the truth to Yuki. He told her that Subin had only accepted him as the lead to protect Yuki's position as director. Learning the whole story, Yuki was filled with mixed emotions. That night, Yuki brought snacks to Subin but never mentioned the secret Xiaojian had told her. Just like Yuki, Subin chose to stay silent, shouldering everything alone to protect her. Meanwhile, Xiaojian watched the contents of the USB drive Yuki had given him, the one her father had passed to Subin. Inside were all his works and records of struggle from the past 10 years. Looking at his years of dedication and thinking of Hana, his eyes turned red. He finally revealed the hidden condition Representative An had set for his contract. He was strictly forbidden from falling in love with Hana. Between his lifelong dream and the girl he loved, Xiaojian had chosen his career. That night, Xiaojian called his father to share the good news of landing the male lead role and thanked him sincerely. He knew his father had silently stood by his side and supported his dream for an entire decade. To break free from her mother's control, Hana planned to stay at her assistant's place starting tonight. She told her mother she was determined to live independently. Her contract with her mother would soon expire, and she would not renew it. From now on, she would no longer follow the path mapped out by her mother. The next day, Hana secretly met Yuki behind her mother's back. She recommended herself for the female lead in Love Song of the Capital. The crew had been struggling to cast the role. With Yuki's approval, Hana showed up before Yuki and Subin dressed as the movie's heroine. She performed a scene from the script on the spot. After the performance, Hana begged Subin to give her the female lead part. Yet Subin hesitated. Hana had never been regarded as a powerful actress. Still, Hana refused to give up. She told the directors her own story, saying she resembled the heroine in the script. Growing up, she had lived a seemingly smooth life arranged by adults. It was not until she met the male lead that she realized she had been trapped in a narrow world. Just like the heroine's growth in the latter half of the story, she had left her mother's agency and sworn to make it on her own. She bowed deeply, begging the directors to give her a chance to live her own life. Moved by her sincerity, Subin decided to cast her as the female lead. To Subin, Hana seemed like a completely different person that day. Meanwhile, Hana learned from Subin who had been chosen as the male lead. That night, she went up to the rooftop at Xiaojian's house again and asked why he had signed with her mother. Xiaojian revealed the deal he had made with Representative N. Hana pressed him, had he ever loved her? Had there been something between them? Faced with her pointed questions, Xiaojian flatly denied everything, claiming he had never loved her. Staring at their crumpled-up photo on the ground, Hana left, hurt and dejected. Xiaojian began studying the script intently, filling it with notes. He was determined to seize this opportunity. Later that evening at his father's restaurant, his father sent him out to deliver an order. When Xiaojian arrived, he found Subin had placed the takeout, only to get him over for a script read-through. Hana was there too. Learning she would play his on-screen lover, Xiaojian grew even more conflicted. After the read-through, Hana said things she did not really mean to Xiaojian. Seeing what was going on between them, Subin suggested they try dating for real. Hana asked whether Xiaojian could fall in love with her. Xiaojian still would not open up his heart. He only said that since their characters were lovers in the script, he would do his utmost to fall for the heroine in the story. Yike brought up love, mentioning a passionate relationship she had in college. Subin grew jealous and asked about their high school days. What about them back then at 18? Had love existed between them? Yike nodded. It had been love at 18, and it still was. She brought up how Subin had accepted Xiaojian to protect her. She could no longer ignore how deeply he cared for her. Overcome by his feelings, Subin kissed her. This time, Yike did not pull away. Once all pre-production work was finished, Subin took Yike to the film set one night. Guided by Subin, Yike closed her eyes and pictured the filming process. Then she sat down in her director's chair. From this moment on, she and Subin would join hands to fulfill their shared dream.